This is a lovely kitchen, isn't it? Although it's conventional in type, still it isn't stiffly formal. And remember, Mrs. Jones, not so long ago it was as old-fashioned and poorly equipped as your kitchen. Would you like to look at another? Oh, fine. I'll make your selection. Oh, you picked one of my favorites. This kitchen is on a farm finished in waxed pine. Look, it's decorative and filled with atmosphere. The healthful outdoor life on a farm makes for big appetites. You may be sure this kitchen is a very busy place. Look at the storage space in that refrigerator. Even a great can of cream is kept safe until it's picked up and taken to the city. Everything in its place and a place for everything. Don't you wish you had such a cutlery tray in your kitchen? And right at hand is a cutting board, concealed when not in use, yet so handy when needed. Just another of the many tricks that can be put to work in the modern electric kitchen to save time, tempers, steps, and money, and make working in this kitchen fun. Hello, soup's going to be on here. Thrifty housewives keep the deep well cooker at work every day in the year. Here soups may slowly simmer, or a whole meal may be cooked in the thrifty deep well cooker. It's amazing the change that electricity has brought to the lives of farm wives. Quickly, easily, with no more ashes, dirt, or dust, the electric range turns out finest food in quantity. Smell that bread. The staff of life, energy, cooked by electrical energy. Well, here's something that looks very interesting. Do you know how to roll a jelly roll? It's easy if you know how. And it's just as good as it looks. Certainly is fun to work in a modern kitchen. Well, that's not a bad idea. Paper towels close at hand are very useful in the kitchen. And even the wastebasket is close at hand and yet hidden when not in use. Time passes pleasantly in this kitchen. Hungry kids are coming home, and when you say coming home, you really mean coming to the kitchen.
I want a big piece.
Oh, to be a child again. Note the floor plan of this kitchen. Shaped like the letter L, this convenient layout is second in popularity. But regardless of the shape of the kitchen, it can be planned so that no steps are wasted in preparing a meal. Now this delicious bread is cooled and it's ready for storage in this base cabinet bread and cake box. How different this is from the old-fashioned hit-or-miss kitchen with no arrangement when a woman would often walk miles in preparing a single meal. Yes, in a poorly planned kitchen, you can actually walk 2 whole miles preparing a single meal. In this utility cabinet is room for the vacuum cleaner, those many other things which accumulate in the kitchen and litter it up unless there's proper storage. Work ended, the kitchen almost cleans itself. Then leisure hours in lovely surroundings. Youth lingers years longer when electricity takes over the tough jobs of housekeeping and there is relief and time for recreation. Everybody responds to the appeal of this kitchen, and it's equally suited to suburban or city homes. And you want to see some more? Ah, you've picked up another very popular kitchen. The very tops in convenience and compactness. It, too, is carefully planned and worked out. It's a long, narrow room, and several arrangements were tried. The U-shaped or L-shaped arrangements, like the other kitchens, aren't practical here, so we achieved the same result by putting the equipment along the two walls. This is what is called the double-wall kitchen. What an exciting place to eat. We told you that the modern kitchen is the place for color. Here is harmony, balance, and beauty. Not an inch of space wasted in this well-planned kitchen. The dishes cleared away, and even the table becomes a decorative accent. No more dishpan or its hot, greasy suds. Gone is that germ-laden, moist dish rag which is so hard to keep clean. And gone is the most disagreeable task of all household routine, washing dishes by hand. Here, the dishes are scraped clean of excess food. Placed in the dishwasher, some cleaning compound put in, push the button, and that's all there is to it. The dishes don't move. Sprays of hot water, hotter than human hands could bear, scour the dishes and leave them hygienically clean. And where does the hot water come from? You'd never guess. Concealed beneath the work surface at the right of the electric sink is an electric water heater which automatically serves the home with an unfailing supply. Now, isn't that just like a woman? The real filing case for letters is ever the cookbook. And, pardon us if we look over your shoulder.
I suppose you're getting a lot of fun out of your new all-electric kitchen. But you should see me cook an entire meal in my electric roaster. I used to take all the credit for good cooking, but now I'm willing to share the bow with this modern electric appliance. It roasts, bakes, fries, broils, steams, and cans food in the most effective manner, and best of all, costs so little to operate. Here's hoping that you will like the cookies as much as we do, and that we can get together soon to talk about our accomplishments in the art of electric cookery. As ever, Pauline.
Pauline, you've got the right idea. How women love to cook in a modern electric kitchen. You can't keep them away from it. It's play rather than work. Everything close at hand and so easy. Something tells me that somebody in this house is going to have cookies tomorrow. Dishes are all washed and dried with their own heat. The cookies are in the oven. Out of sight and out of mind until next need. Ample cabinet space complements all the labor-saving electrical appliances. See how these glasses gleam in the light, and no dishpan hands in this kitchen. Cookies are done, and boy, oh boy, do they look good. Modern kitchens with an electric range are immeasurably cooler than the old-fashioned kind, but it's fine to have a fan to keep cooking odors away from the other parts of the house. Just a pull of the cord and the kitchen air is clear. A modern kitchen like this is easy to install. And remember, in modernizing, you don't have to make all the improvements at one time. You can do it gradually, step by step, over a period of time. But start with a plan, so the kitchen, when finished, will be as practical and lovely as this one. Yes, Mrs. Jones, kitchen modernization is a fascinating subject. There are lots of men who are handy with hammer and saw who like to do the work themselves. In fact, it's become almost a hobby. Mr. Jones, maybe we've given you an idea. Oh, this is a kitchen with a lot of unusual features. It's smart, modern, sophisticated. And I think we're arriving just in time for a dinner party. That's right. Put on the coffee. And how easy it is when all you have to do is plug in the cord. And what good illumination is furnished by those lights under the cabinets. Trays are so difficult to store in the ordinary kitchen. Here there are clever racks and a filing cabinet for trays. What do gourmets dream of? This is good enough for me. You've heard of the art of cookery. Well, here's an artist at work. And here's something. It's the modern version of the old-time fireless cooker. Onions, turnips, potatoes, and a fine fruit pudding have been cooked together in this single deep well cooker without any transfer of odors or taste. Just another miracle of modern electric cookery. The finest coffee made automatically, and coffee does make the meat.
Honey, I don't know why, but I'm getting hungry again. How about you?
Well, there's always something to eat. You just look in your refrigerator, Mr. Jones, while we look at some other kitchens. I told you that kitchen planning is a fascinating thing. Whether you're building a new home or modernizing an old, give extra attention to your kitchen. It'll pay you so many dividends in happiness and convenience. Women retain their youth, charm, and attractiveness when they have kitchens such as these to work in, and they're such fun to do. There are hundreds of tricks that any woman can work out. Tricks with breakfast nooks, with clever storage spaces. Tricks with color, with floor coverings, with wall decorations, with window trays. You want ideas? Modern magazines are full of them. Visit display homes and displays in stores. Call on your friends, and you'll find that better kitchens is one of the most talked of topics of the time. I knew those kitchens would get him. They certainly do have an appeal. See here, let's not just talk about it. Let's start in the right way. Make a plan. I'll help you. Suppose you draw it to scale, 1 inch to a foot. But when you make your drawing, lay it out accurately so that your appliances, your cabinets, and your work surfaces will fit perfectly. Do you mind if I make a suggestion, or maybe 2 or 3 suggestions? Really, I'm borrowing these from the display kitchen now being shown in your town, the one you visited this morning, Mrs. Jones. Pardon me, may I take the pencil? Now, why not put your refrigerator right here next to the kitchen door? And I'd put the sink right here under the window. Remember, you're going to have to watch that boy. And I suggest that you put your range right here, like this, with a bar in back of it, like this. Now that'll leave this corner for a useful breakfast nook, with a built-in bench here. That's it. Now let me show you a model. Ah, here's motion picture magic. Now there's the bare room which represents your kitchen. With those miniature appliances, you can lay it out to suit your own taste. Your refrigerator? That's right. Next to the outside door, now your cabinet. That's it. You placed your sink just right, and your base and wall cabinets so. Well, that's good arrangement, but it's not the way we planned it. No, put the range at a right angle to the wall. That's it. Now, the bar in back of the range, and there's a breakfast nook. Now, there's a kitchen that anyone would be proud of. It's going to be the most used, the most popular room in your home. Now for color, so all important to the final result. Let's make it bright, gay, and cheerful. The drab kitchen colors we used to know have gone forever. Make it individual and smart. Let it express you, Mrs. Jones. There are limitless color combinations from which to choose.
Green and yellow. Oh, Bob, let's fix our kitchen just like this one.
Well, I know what's going through your mind, Mr. Jones. The old question of cost. Now, you remember the kitchen in the demonstration home you saw this morning, Mrs. Jones? Well, that kitchen, fully equipped, added only $3 a month to the cost of the home. Now, in your case, of course, you'll be remodeling rather than building a new home, but you can arrange easy terms. And remember, a modern electric kitchen will add more than twice its cost to the value of your home. Architects and builders know that, so in most new homes you'll find a modern, well-planned kitchen. Even if they don't put the modern equipment in right away, they plan for it and leave space for it. Now, how about it, Mr. Jones? You want your wife to remain as youthful and charming as she is today. You want to give her everything she deserves. There's no better time than now. What do you say?
Okay, let's go.
Shoot? That's fine. Let's get underway.
I said to the boss, well, Chief, if your wife is away, why don't you drop over to our house for a little dinner? I'd kind of like to show you the new kitchen I put in. Did a lot of the work myself. And he said, Jones, I'd be delighted. Gee, think of it, honey. The big boss coming to our house for dinner.
Well, you'll get a better dinner than he could find in any restaurant in town. And I'm not boasting when I say that.
Honey, you said a mouthful. Uh-oh, here he is now.
Well, I swear, it's past my bedtime. I must be going. But I want to tell you, young lady, I haven't enjoyed a dinner and an evening so much in years. And Bob, you did a smart thing getting that kitchen fixed up now and taking your enjoyment of life today. It reminds me of something I read somewhere. It stuck in my memory, and it went like this. Now, rather than in the vague tomorrow, is the time to seize contentment and happiness if you would know the supreme joy of really living. Well, you did a good job, young lady, and you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
We already are, but the main thing is we did it now.
That's the way Americans do things, and I think it's a swell way.
Now, rather than in the vague tomorrow, is the time to seize contentment and happiness if you would know the supreme joy of really living.